guys? So yesterday I had made a video talking about my endeavors to raise funds to help people in need, and that is my hope. I did break down the cost of each print. So normally the prints would be $10 for people who lived in the area or live in the area, but people who live in different parts of the United States, I'm pretty sure shipping is going to be somewhere around the ballpark of $20. Mostly because I'd be putting the print in a protective package, which in itself is already like $4. But anyway, I made a video about that, and I just want to talk a little bit about why I'm doing it. Mostly just because I feel like no one should be going hungry, especially considering the fact that this is no fault of your own. It doesn't matter if you were receiving the SNAP benefits before, or if you aren't, but you're struggling. It is the shitty system that we live in. And honestly, we can no longer rely on our government. We can no longer rely on different institutions, like private companies. Honestly, the thing that does worry me is I am seeing more private companies, not private companies, I'm just seeing more companies come out of the woodworks and offer donations and help, which is great. But I also think people should exercise caution in that perhaps this is their way to build your trust in privatizing everything, and then they can just go back to being pieces of shit. You get the picture? So don't trust what they're doing as, oh, this is who they really are. No, take it as, okay, I appreciate the help, but no, I'm not going to privatize everything. I'm not going to go for your bullshit. So that's my fear. But I don't think anyone should be going hungry as a result of the incompetence of fucking leadership, or people who are just so fucking out of touch that they think that prices have stayed the same since like the fucking 1990s. So, as I said, all donations that I do receive, any money I receive for these prints, it's all just going to go towards, this pool of funds that I can distribute to various people on, maybe threads. God, they need to fix that fucking bump. Seriously. Sorry, I got distracted. But 100% of the funds will go towards, people I find on here that do need help, can at least provide some proof or tell me a little bit about their story, and as well as, local food banks. I do know my local grocery store is doing, I think, a $5 million food pantry fund for people in the area. I can't remember exactly, but they're doing a bunch of donations. Well, they're donating a bunch of money to help out, which is great and all. But again, this is why I'm skeptical, because sure, they seem like a good company, but I'm not going to go for any of their bullshit if they try to, spin it as, oh, we're helping, so let's privatize everything. No. But anyway, I'm almost out of my neighborhood, so I'm done chatting for now. But if you want to donate, you can go to my Threads page, DM me, request a print, and I have Venmo as far as payment goes. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later.